Despite the massive toll the pandemic has taken on many people's mental health, the BC Coroner's Service says the number of deaths by suicide has actually gone down in the last year.
The fact that there are less suicides, I'm actually really surprised, to be honest.
There has been no increase in the number of lives lost to suicide since the pandemic was declared last year, according to preliminary data from the BC Coroner's Service. From April 2020 to February 2021, there were 534 confirmed deaths by suicide in the province, 12% fewer than the same time frame 1 year earlier. Andrea Paquette with the Stigma Free Society says although she's hopeful after hearing the news, she notes there's much more behind these numbers that needs to be considered.
One thing I always wonder when stats are released, especially with suicide rates, what is the age of those people who die by suicide? That's really important to consider as well. How many of those suicides are under 24, and has that changed from the year before? As well, we have to think of substance use. A lot of people who are dying by suicide do so by overdose.
Stacey Ashton with the Crisis Centre of BC isn't surprised by the decrease. She says the crisis line has been especially busy during the pandemic, which has led her to believe more people are reaching out for help in times of crisis.
It's feeling more okay to feel not okay. And we're seeing more men call the lines and reach out as well. And that's been historically a group that's been hard to reach, partly because there's more of a stigma of being weak or seeming weak. But with everybody kind of accepting that this is hard and it's okay to be angry or frustrated or despairing or hopeless, you could still talk about it, you could still reach out.
During the pandemic, Paquette says the Stigma Free Society, which educates youth on mental health, expanded to offer in-class mental health support digitally across Canada. She says it's important to reach people before they are in crisis.
Because we're preventative education. We're not just about being there when the crisis hits. We want to make sure that people have the tools and resources they need to take care of themselves mentally.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide, you can contact 1-800-SUICIDE or a crisis center in your region. In New Westminster, Ashley Burr, City News.